All right, well, that was all the prep. It's now the next day, and we're getting ready to actually head out on the road. So, few last things to throw in, and of course, we got to hitch up. So not quite lined up, but no, I was hoping I could kick that wheel chock out of the way and roll the trailer forward onto the ball, but too much pressure on it, so I'm just gonna have to do it the hard way and back the truck up about 2 inches. That should do it. With a little persuasion. And a little more persuasion. Oh crap. Too much persuasion the wrong way. Gonna have to reposition the truck. There, that's what was supposed to happen. Drop right on the ball. Alright, looks like we got that finally done. Weight distribution's in place, breakaway cable's in place, 7-way plug is in place. The chains are crossed. And we've got our signal lights are working. So just got to throw the towing mirrors on the truck and we are finally ready to get going. A lot of work for just 2 nights, 1 full day. Okay, we have arrived at Paddy's Flat out here in Kananaskis Country, and we've gotten Bella unhooked and pretty well set up for the most part. So it's not really super pretty. Site was pretty unlevel, but we managed to get things in and stabilized, and one last step is to put out the awning.
Well, I made an awning, so I haven't set it up yet on the trailer, so I really don't know how it's going to go together. But basically I bought some fabric and stitched it together and added a cord that's going to go in the awning rail on the body of the trailer with some tent poles as supports. So pretty simple setup. We'll see how it goes.
surprisingly better than I expected, which I don't know why, because, I mean, it's, you know,
Better than you expected.
well, there's not much in the way of mechanics to it, so it should have gone easy, but nothing has gone super easy. So we've never camped at Patty's Flat before. We've hiked in here, usually in the winter with snowshoes, but it's a new campground for us. There's, I think, 98 sites. We're in the E-loop, and right now there's only one other unit in this entire loop, so it should be a pretty peaceful weekend, I suspect, or weekend, Wednesday night, Thursday night. So you can see the evidence. We've had two and a half days of solid rain, and some areas got more than 100 millimeters of rain, which is over 4 inches. And so 4 inches of rain in a couple of days really has left a lot of things quite wet and soggy, which is a refreshing change from how dry things have been. If you remember our Antelope Hill Provincial Park video, which was just a couple weeks ago, it was so dry out there. So the rain, while not pleasant and caused a lot of problems for people with some localized flooding and downing of trees and things, really was needed. There we go. We made a wrong turn coming out of our loop and had to walk a long way to find the self-registration booth. All right, there we go. We are officially self-registered now at the booth. Little bit of a glitch there. On the website, it says cash or check only, or at least it was for the first come, first served. Yeah, never mind. I figured out what happened. I was originally looking, or we had planned on going to a different campground and in a different area of Kananaskis. And on the website for that campground, it said cash or check only. So we made a specific effort to bring a check with us. And we get here, and our options on the envelope are cash or credit card. And of course, neither of us actually brought our credit cards with us. We left them back at camp. But I had my cell phone, and I was able to log into Microsoft OneNote where I have my credit card statement and get the card number from that. So that saved us a fairly long walk back to the campsite. So let that be a lesson. Pay attention to the instructions specific to the campground you're planning at staying at, because there are variations even within Kananaskis Country. But we have our official occupied tag to hang on the pillar of the campsite, and we're finally going to get a chance to start a fire and roast some hot dogs and eat, because we are both really starving. It's about 9 o'clock at night, working till 6 o'clock, and then coming out to the campsite is not the most ideal way of doing things, but it is what it is if we're going to enjoy camping with Bella. All right, well, that is the first morning now out here. Slept really well last night. The trailer stayed nice and warm, and no issues to report. Slept really comfortably. So time to start making some campfire coffee and get our day started. As you can tell from my use of matches and newspaper and the fact that that fire just about went out, this is not a bushcrafting channel. Add some of the stuff from last night on, and we're just about ready for the coffee pot. There we go. The start of breakfast. So I don't know if you can hear this, but we have achieved percolation. We will soon have coffee. And of course, the next most important thing, bacon. There we go. The coffee is ready. Looks good and strong. It's probably going to be pretty hot, but... Oh, so hot.
You're not supposed to have that.
Next stage of breakfast in progress. Bacon and eggs cooked over the campfire. All right, well, we decided to take a short little drive from the campsite and come out to the Elbow Falls Provincial Rec area. See what the falls look like with all this rainfall we've had and whatnot. And I have got to say, coming here midweek, it's about 1 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon, this is the time to come here. There's, you know, maybe 8-10 cars in the parking lot, versus coming out here on a weekend where the parking lot is completely full and the cars actually end up lined up and parked out on the highway. So this is fantastic. It's funny, I haven't been here since before the floods of 2013, and I really don't remember much about this. It feels like a lot of this has changed. I'm sure the river has changed, and I know the falls people have said have changed, but even the parking lot area feels completely different to me. I'm really amazed at how little I recognize this area. And it's funny, you know, having lived so close to this for so many years and just not coming here very often, mainly because, you know, like I said, when you come here on a weekend, it is super crowded, and it just became one of those places you don't bother stopping at because, well, you've seen it once and you just don't want to deal with the crowds. There we go. Elbow Falls. They've changed quite a bit since the floods of 2013. Not quite as impressive as I remember, but by the same token, with the amount of rain that we've had the last few days, the amount of water going through this channel is what's really impressive right now. And I remember doing a geocache down that pathway that goes up and along the banks over those cliffs many years ago now. but I think it's long since archived. Second and final evening for our camping trip. So tonight we're going to be doing pie irons over the fire. Fire kind of got the wood was a little drier than I expected, so it kind of took off into an inferno here, but that'll burn down pretty fast, and something is horribly wrong with Mabel's chair. Is that what it's supposed to look? It looks kind of, why is it so low at the back? Like, it's supposed to be flat. Something went horribly wrong with Mabel's chair. We're not sure what. There we go. We got the issue with Mabel's chair sorted out. We just had a couple poles that had come loose, so Mabel is once again comfortable in her chair, and better yet, a safe distance away from the fire pit. So that is going to do it for the first trip out with Bella the Boler.
Well, Bella is everything we hoped she would be and more. Very comfortable. We didn't kill each other in an enclosed space. Not that we expected that, but the bed was extremely comfortable. Storage and space for everything. All the appliances worked perfectly. No big surprises. It was a great first outing.